Welcome back, gamers, to another Rocket League lesson here on the Game Gym app. As always, I'm Coach Aero, and in today's lesson, we are going to be starting to learn how to control the ball inside of the 3v3 game mode. This lesson will include some topics that we have talked about before, like 50-50s, which we just went over a few videos ago. Without further ado, let's jump in. Alrighty, so since our focus today is going to be controlling the ball, it's a good idea for us to utilize the warm-up period to focus on some type of method for control. Go into free play and for about 5 minutes, dribble the ball around the pitch with the ball both on top of your car and the ball on the ground. Mess around with making sharp cuts and turns and trying to keep control. So why would we want to control the ball in a game mode as packed as 3v3? Wouldn't we want to be as fast as possible with the ball? This is an excellent question and is a sensible assumption if you have been paying attention to my videos. We've established that threes is much more packed than the other game modes, leading to less space and less boost. That fact, however, doesn't mean we just need to be fast and sacrifice ball control. We can have both. Sometimes when you are challenging the ball and need to beat a challenging defender to the challenge, we kind of have less options for ball control, but we can still come into the challenge with a conscious idea of where the ball needs to be put. And that just comes from periodic and constant field scanning, which we'll talk about in our replay session later in the video. The biggest crux of thrown away offensive possessions in Rocket League is players simply throwing the ball away with a giveaway touch, which specifically means just banging the ball down the field, not with the idea of it going towards the direction of a teammate or making it an awkward ball for the opponents to gather. Now, I want to clearly state right now that sometimes a giveaway touch will just be inevitable. You won't always be able to get an ideal touch, but what we can do is make sure that we maximize the number of times that we are able to have a productive touch as opposed to a giveaway. One thing that we need to train is consciously making a decision with the ball before we hit it. So for this drill, go into this training pack with the code provided on screen, and this training pack throws a bunch of clears at you, and for each shot, consciously decide if you're going to clear it to the left side, the right side, or try to make it awkward for the opponent, which in this context just means like hitting the ball in a weird spot at the opponent's ceiling or backboard, for instance. Just imagine a hit that would make it difficult for the other team to then gather control of the ball. Alright guys, now we're going to take a look at an example of controlling the ball inside of 3v3, and we're just going to walk through my thought process here on this play. We're going to highlight the most important things to look for when trying to control the ball and be productive with the ball and productive with our touches. So initially we can see that I noticed Kairos, my teammate, is on the left side of the field, and I immediately see that the two orange players, the defenders, are jumping and committing for the ball right in front of my face. So I know they're going to be slow to get back, right? So I know that to control this ball, I could hit it right side. My teammate's probably right side. But I see Kairos, he's in my direct field of vision, and I trust him. So I decide to go ahead and pass this ball up to Kairos, and you can see that he's able to gather it, and we're able to start an offensive attack out of it. So you can see how right here that, if I bang this ball upfield, it's just going to be collected probably by Braided Axe. And by upfield, I mean not directly to Kairos. And we wouldn't be able to start an offensive attack. So the most important takeaways here are always scan the field for your teammates and the defenders. All right, now that you have had some time to train yourselves on thinking about how to control the ball in these types of 3v3 situations, we're going to jump into ranked 3v3 for around 30 to 45 minutes. And every time you go to hit the ball, you should be thinking of doing one of three things. Play the ball towards a teammate, like hitting left or right side, or making it awkward for the opponent. For our third option, I'm going to introduce the option to allow your opponent to 50-50 the ball with you. You mainly want to do this when you don't see a bang upfield resulting in a good play for your team. Make sure to try to do one of these things every time you touch the ball. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for this video. Leave a comment below if you have any questions for me. This has been Coach Aero, and I'll see you all in the next one.